Toronto police are investigating a possible link between two shootings involving tow trucks on a Toronto highway overnight. The first shooting happened around midnight. A tow truck parked on the shoulder of a road next to the highway was shot at by a passing car. The suspect vehicle is a dark blue Mercedes. The second shooting reported just a short time later, about 6 kilometers away. Joining me now is Peter Edwards. He's Toronto Star's organized crime beat reporter. Peter, there has been a lot of violence and strife within the tow trucking community. Can you explain to our viewers why?
Because it's not just about towing, it's about all the kickbacks and fraud related to towing. And so there's a lot of money laundering going on in related businesses. And so it's a fight, really a turf battle between four different groups that's going on right now. And so it's kind of logical in a way.
Yeah, it's interesting, though, a turf battle over towing your car. But as you mentioned, there are kickbacks involved. It's not just the tow truck drivers involved. It's chop shops. It's, all kinds of other issues. What can you tell us about some of the things that we're hearing in the industry?
It's physio clinics. It's insurance fraud. There's all sorts of related businesses. And it's something that some criminals have set up businesses, like put people in charge of businesses so that they can divert business there. So the tow is just the start of the whole thing. It's always been a business that's had a really rough element, but
Yeah.
Now it's gotten a lot more organized.
So it is organized crime.
Four different organized crime groups, according to York Regional Police.
Okay, and what are police doing about it?
Part of it is they're arresting their own officers. There were 3 officers arrested on Saturday. There are 4 more who are being investigated. 2 of that 4 are inspectors, which is a senior rank. That's only one force. So there's a lot going on there. There's also been a shuffling of people in charge for the Ontario Provincial Police. They're being quite aggressive about trying to root this stuff out.
Yeah, why would retired officers, what role would they play in this?
A lot of it is sort of a kickback type of thing, and a lot of people know a lot of bad things about other people. Like it's almost an ecosystem, and so that criminals will brag about having someone in their pocket or having someone they can go to, and so it really does undermine faith in policing.
Yeah, and that was my next question. People think, oh, the tow truck industry, it doesn't really affect me unless I get a broken down car on the side of the road. But it does affect the average person in various ways, including eroding trust in our officials. But also, I'm sure it jacks up rates for other industries.
Oh, definitely. And there are stolen goods. Sometimes when the heavy trucks flip, then the people who tow them, the trucks are empty by the time they're reported found. It also would have affected anyone last night who was driving along Highway 401 around midnight. There was actually gunfire. If there's an ambulance going along 401 last night, it would have affected that as well.
Yeah, and just to be clear, these allegations are against the officers, as you mentioned, the ones that were arrested on Saturday. They haven't been proven in court. And are we able to determine if the shootings that occurred last night were directly involved with the same kind of, nefarious intent in this industry?
No, there haven't been arrests, and nobody has, that I know, has gone to police and explained it. On the other hand, there was a meeting during the day that was quite heated between different tow truck people arguing about whose turf was what, and so there are real clear lines between the towers on who's supposed to be allowed to work where, and that also there was a stolen police radio that was uncovered earlier, and so encrypted frequencies were on that, and so that allowed criminals to listen in and get to sites earlier.
Peter Edwards is the Toronto Star's organized crime beat reporter. Appreciate your insight on all of this, Peter. It is fascinating. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.